Good evening. This is David Lynn, and you are here with Coffee Talk. It's Friday evening, towards the end of August, and been a long week, but we have a 3-day weekend coming up because Monday is Labor Day. And while you're at it, please leave me a like to support the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. Melinda Elliott, good evening. Welcome, young lady. Thank you for coming. The Bud Files. Hello, Bud Files. Well, thank you for a thumbs up. Appreciate it, Melinda. I can always count on you having manners. Hello, Julie. How are you doing? Welcome. Six in the house, 3 likes. Well, I'm inching my way closer. To 1700. Hello, Dave. Have you hit 1800 yet? I'm still working on 1700. Well, thank you. Thank you, Dave. Hillbilly Josh, how you doing, Hillbilly? Liquid paper for boo-boos. How y'all doing? So as I was saying, sometimes in the foreseeable future, about the time Dave probably hits about 2000, I should hit 1700. And I'm floating at 1695. I've been floating at somewhere around 1,690 or so for the last few weeks. Seems like to me. But at some point I will hit 1,700, and that will bring about a 1,700 subscriber giveaway. So, if you want to have the opportunity, you are a subscriber of mine, and you want to have the opportunity to be the 1,700 subscriber winner, drawing winner, please leave a like and a supportive comment. And I know it hurts some folks to leave likes. I mean, it seems like it's coming out of their pocket. Some people just do not want to leave a like. It goes against whatever moral compass they seem to think they have. And I'm being sarcastic, of course. But you leave a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I will have released. And if you've done that, you will be in the drawing, and you'll have as much of a chance as anybody else to have your name drawn out. No liquid paper for boo-boos. I had a boo-boo. Now they do have, they are coming out with all sorts of stuff, like, you can have a liquid Band-Aid. They also have the type of sutures that you can have that are like, you place it down over your wound and you pull the little tabs and it seals it up without having to do a stitch. It's like a surface stitch, and it prevents you from having to have a stitch if you got a little wound. You might need 2 or 3 stitches, and they can avoid doing that by just slapping this thing on and pulling it back, and and it seals it up. I mean, the technology is really getting good. The technology is really getting good. Damn. 3 or 4 in the house. 4 likes. It is a Friday evening. Dave, I watched that video that you did probably about 3 years ago when that storm came through. And I gave it a view. I left a comment, a like, and I hit the little button that said I watched the entire video. I didn't say full view, and it was a little over 2 minutes. And I didn't say full view. Full view. I watched all 2 minutes. I don't know. This is me being silly this evening. I'm a little silly. I'm tired. It's been a week. It's the end of 3 weeks of school. We've had 3 weeks of school so far. 3 weeks of school. And I had to do a 3-week progress report, which I had to key in, which gets sent out to the parents. And I had to include a conduct grade and if I had any comments. So, I took care of that, got it done. I didn't bring any work home with me. I'm blessed. I've got good help. They helped me, and I'm blessed. So I didn't have to do that. Anton Miles, how's it going, Anton Miles? Thank you for coming. Why, thank you. Yeah, the 1,600 subscriber giveaway was a little over 2 months ago. A little over 2 months ago. I truly believe, and I've talked to other people who produce similar content to me. I truly believe YouTube is trying to suppress my channel. Well, thank you, Hillbilly. You take care. I truly believe that YouTube is trying to suppress channels like mine. We do not put out the kind of content that they approve of. And that being the case, they have means to slow you down and to lower the number of people that you get an opportunity to, you know, interact with. They don't, they will not put you out. They will not push your channel out or push your videos or your shorts or whatever out. I mean, honest to God, the last video that I did has 62 views. 62 views. The last short I did has 430 views. And you think, well, that's a lot of views. Well, 430 views on a short in a few hours is a lot of views. But it gets to that mark and then it just shuts off. It doesn't keep going. There are other people that I have seen that put out shorts similar to mine, and they can have thousands of views. 1,000 views or more. And I don't know. I mean, I put the recommended hashtags out for the music and for what it is. I put those hashtags out. I'm using popular music with it. The image quality is good. So I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, it is what it is. Now, I will also say that my live streams, last night's live stream, 148 views. 148 views. When I did the live stream, during the live stream, it had 126 views during the actual live stream. Since then, it's had 22 more views. There are people who watch me that oftentimes miss me, and they'll come in and they'll watch a few minutes and they'll leave a comment apologizing for the fact that they missed my live stream, you know. So it is what it is, and that's fine. I have no problems with that. And I appreciate every bit of time and every comment and every like that I get. I appreciate them. Another thing that I'm not too happy about is that, hello, Morgan Kelly. I don't know. Let's see, Morgan Kelly. Not paying attention. All right, Morgan, you're now a standard moderator. Welcome to my channel. I'm having a Friday evening BITCH session. You know, another thing, I look at ancestral names. Like, I live in South Central Texas. My ancestors have been here for a couple of hundred years. And I have certain ancestral names. I meet people who share my ancestral names, and they're probably distantly related to me from where we're at and such. That, you know, that back along the line, so we're distant cousins and such. Don't know each other. We meet each other through work, or we meet each other through different things, you know. but I don't know, like the extended family. I don't know, I don't know these people. I don't know them. But every so often, I hear about somebody with an ancestral name, and they're, they're in such a position, or they're in this and they're in that, and they live in the right area to possibly be a relative of mine. And I just, just think about all the people that I'm probably related to through extended families that I don't know. You know, you ever think about that? Did Morgan say something that had to be retracted? Well, one comment, and I guess he left. You still there, Morgan? I am blind as a bloody bat. I am really blind as a bat. Well, Morgan seems to be a made up channel. No subscribers, no content, no information. User ZW1CU9FD5G. Hmm. Just conducting a little research on who I'm dealing with. 7 in the house. Hello, Belinda. No, I don't think he's there either. Went looking for him. They say you've made it when you get trolls. I don't know. I don't know. I deal with trolls in everyday life. We all have to deal with trolls in everyday life. We live in precarious times. What we have to look forward to, what we have to worry about. We live in precarious times. I don't know. I gave him standard moderator and he just disappeared. And then his message was retracted. And the only thing he basically said was hi. So I don't know. I don't know. One of the mysteries of life. One of the mysteries of life. Hello, the Black Widow channel. Do I have a managing moderator? Technically I do, but I don't think they know that they are. Would you like to be a managing moderator, Melinda? I don't do my Nightbot. Well, I hear you. I hear you. Not really. I understand. You still lurking out there, Dave? You still there, my friend Yoda? Hello, Retirement Days. Well, um, 4 in the house, 8 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. We live in slow time. I'm living in slow times. A little slow. I don't know. I don't seem to have the desire that I have in the past. It's almost like I'm going through the motions sometimes, like an obligation. It's like I feel like I'm fighting with one hand tied behind my back. Little Lone Prepper, how's it going? I would ask that everybody be in prayer for Mama Four Boys. She contacted me today. She's asking for prayers. She's having problems. One of her children is hospitalized. And I will be praying for her, the Lord to provide healing and the Lord to give her strength. You know, it's horrible. You know, we suffer when our children suffer. It Well, here's another one. I had to delete that when I went to look at the channel, and that one's I have 69. So I said, no, that's not what I want to have on my channel. So I would say that one is a troll, or one of questionable no information, but the subtitle, when you go to look at when you go to their channel, I have 69. Don't think so. No, no videos, but the name. The name. If you go to that channel and you look at the name, that's one that turns me off. Anytime you get one that has something in their name that indicates or implicates sex or kinky or whatever, sorry, old school doesn't go with that. Ugh. So, yes, sometimes the name is enough. I had one time that came in, and I give most people, if I look at them, and if it's not, I give them a break. And I gave this one user rights. They said hi, and they said a few things. As soon as I gave them user rights, they started screwing around with people, moderator. They started deleting and blocking stuff. And why did you do that? And then the response is, I'm a troll. So then I deleted them and blocked them. But they were basically there are people who enjoy causing trouble. They think they get pleasure in causing trouble. It's a joy to them to cause grief. And I apologize. I apologize for that. So, talking about preparedness, let me give you a scenario, and then you think about it. We're having a lot of issues. The country's having a lot of issues. The politics, we're divided down the middle. We have enemies. We have weak leadership. And somebody takes advantage of that weak leadership. Something bad happens someplace, and all of a sudden everything's going into chaos. You've got the government declaring martial law, wanting to put curfews in place. They're wanting to restrict movement and travel in the name of safety. In the meantime, you have right at 60 million foreign-born people residing in the United States. A lot of them are in Texas. A lot of them are in California. A lot of them are in Illinois. A lot of them are in New York. There are places that they gravitate to. Are you prepared to deal with that? Do you have a supply of food? Do you have a supply of bottled water? What if the power goes out? Do you have a means to heat your food? You take medication. Do you have several months worth of your medication? If you need medication to live, how much of it do you have? Hello, Uncle Al. Hello, Uncle Al. You know, Uncle Al is a good source or a wealth of knowledge. He has been a good friend and mentor to me. I was following his channel before I was producing content. And he is one of the people who have been encouraging me to try to develop my channel and giving me topics and giving me ideas and presenting stuff to me and communicating with me and basically helping me along the path. And I am truly appreciative. Uncle Al, you'll be getting another little package from me in the near future. I didn't know you'd done a live, Julie, but I'll try to visit you this weekend if you do another one. Let me know when you're going to do it. Why don't you announce when your next live is, Julie? That way I will know to try to come to it. Monday? Enrique Trevino, welcome. What time Monday? Hello, Idaho Garden Girl, welcome. Seven p.m. UK time. Let me see if I can write that down. Seven p.m. Monday, UK time. Well, let me ask you, Julie, what time is it right now in your country? What time is it right now in your country? Oh, we're talking about the mess we're in and what are you going to do if something happens? Are you prepared? What time are you at right now in your country, Julie? You look at the clock on the wall. What time is it? 1:34 a.m. Uh, right now it's a little after 7:30 here. So it's 7:30 p.m. We're looking at about 6 hours difference. So 7 p.m. at your time would probably be about 1 p.m. my time. $12 difference? No, Uncle Al, I don't think it's 12 hours difference. Right now it's 7:34 p.m. here. It's 1:34 a.m. where she's at. I'm thinking it's about 5 hours difference. So maybe 1 or 2 o'clock. I'm just off the top of my head. So that would be 1 or 2 o'clock. I will try to be there, Julie. I'm off Monday. It's Labor Day. And congratulations on your first live stream. So back to the topic. Um, the way things are, we've got an election coming up a little over 2 months from now. It's going to be very controversial. Uh, if if they don't win, there will be mass riots and all sorts of crap happening in the big blue cities. If they win, I see a lot of things happening in the red states. I see a lot of things happening in the red states. It's not going to be good. Um, are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? Are you ready for chaos? Are you ready if there are riots? Are you ready if there's looting? Are you ready if there are power outages? If the stores are not getting supplied, are you ready? Do you have a supply of food? Do you have a supply of canned goods? Do you have a supply of water? Hygiene products? Medication if you take medication? Do you have a means to defend yourself? Yes. Uncle Al's in the Pacific time zone, so it's a little bit different for him. But it's not a 12 hours difference. It's about a 6 hour difference. So if she's doing it at 7, I would say it'll be about 1 p.m. It would be 1 p.m. Monday, my time. Central time in the United States, it would be 1 p.m. Think about it. Or look at this. Look at this scenario. Um, you live in the Philippines. You live in Taiwan. You live in Japan. You live in South Korea. What do you think will happen if China decides to go after Taiwan? Everybody in the area is going to be involved. You live near a military base. You live near a port, an air base. I guarantee you, if things go south over on that side of the world, everybody around there is going to be involved. Look at what's happening in Ukraine and now in Russia. The Ukrainians are starting to hit into Russia. The Russians are threatening to use nukes. They're threatening NATO with nukes. What happens if some idiot uses a small tactical nuke? What would that set off? What would the retaliation? We've already said if the Russians used a nuke, we would go after them. There would be an instantaneous air war, and we would be bombing everything, every Russian military asset that we could bomb conventionally. You know, what do you think they would do at that point? Yeah, my family in Georgia, they're 1 hour ahead. So, yeah, it'd be 5 hours for you, it's 6 hours for me, as far as Julie's. I'm sorry, I don't understand why. I don't understand why. I mean, if you see that little buzz up there, there's a ceiling fan with the light on up there. So if you get a little bit of a blinking, that's what that is. Hello, Mr. Whistle. Well, as far as the idea of using using nukes, we've tested so many, back before the test ban treaty, where we would not test above ground. We've dropped so many nukes, large nukes, dirty nukes. You know, I mean, within 100 or 150 miles of some of our larger cities. So if the Russians were to use a small tactical nuke or a few of them, Ukraine would not be radioactive. Ukraine would not be radioactive. I mean, we're producing now. Now, I don't know about the Russians. I really can't tell you about as far as what the Russians are doing currently. But we're producing we're producing variable yield warheads that you can dial up or dial down the yield of the nuke. And we're producing some warheads that would be like 1 kiloton. Hiroshima and Nagasaki were like 15 to 18 kiloton yield warheads. And we can produce one that would be 1 kiloton. You know, that would really limit the area of damage. Thank you for coming, Black Widow. I am about 5 away from 1,700. And at some point I will hit 1,700, so we'll be doing a 1,700 subscriber giveaway. 7 in the house, 16 likes. Eight in the house, 16 likes. But I worry about terrorist acts from people coming across our border. You know, they can hit us. They could do one of those things where they got sleeper cells that they activate, and they go into malls. They go into a mega church someplace. They can go and they can cause all sorts of chaos. You know, I mean, small numbers of them. All sorts of chaos. Now, were that to happen, I think, thank you, Julie. Well, I hope so. I hope so, Enrique. But I see possibilities. What do you think would have happened if that kid, and I think there were people behind him, from what all's coming out, this was just not him on his own. He was groomed to do what he did. What if he'd have been successful and killed the president? What if he'd have killed President Trump? What do you think would have happened? What do you think the result of that would have been? Well, you know, look at it. It is reported that he had some connections that are very questionable. That he had access to some encryptions, some encrypted accounts, questionable communications. He had been questioned places and met with questionable people. And then look at how the situation was handled. He was allowed to fire several shots before they shot him. It was known he was there for several minutes and no action was taken until after he had fired several shots. Then he was shot. A lot of incompetence in the Secret Service coming out. A lot of incompetence. Yeah, Uncle Al, I saw that in the news about, is it Venezuelans? Supposedly some people from Venezuela, some thugs from Venezuela, that they have taken control of some apartment buildings, large apartment buildings that are predominantly housing Venezuelans, and that they have basically driven out the management, and now they're hitting them up for rent, protection money, rent. Yeah, I've heard about that. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that. In Brazil, yeah, yeah. It is interesting to see what's happening. Hello, Holly Ivans. It is interesting. It is interesting. As the saying goes, may you live in interesting times. 10 in the house, 17 likes. Take care, Anton. Regular apartment, regular people. I don't know. You know, there's a lot of violence going on already. I mean, if you look at places like Chicago and I mean Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, there are a lot of places where there's a lot of violence going on. A lot of violence. But predominantly it's in the ghetto high minority, economically rundown areas. You know, black on black violence, Hispanic on Hispanic violence, gang violence. And you don't have too many incidences of it happening in more affluent areas. Yeah, there was an incident outside of a bar. You know, there was a domestic incident. But as far as the hardcore, constant, you know, this weekend 30 people got shot. That's happening in the big blue cities. In the let's limit the police. You know, let's decrease the size of the force. Let's hold them accountable if they accidentally do something. You know, let's not respect them and let's not appreciate them. Those are the places where this kind of stuff is happening on a regular basis. Yes, there are that's how that, you know, there are robberies, you know, there are break-ins in the affluent areas. There are crews that do this. They go and they case places. They go and they look and they case and they go around, you know, planning to hit places. That is true. Yep. Yep. Okie dokie. You take care, Julie. God bless you. I'll try to come by and give you some love. I made a note. 10 in the house, 17 likes. It is what it is. Every day I get up, I check to see what the news is. Did something happen overnight? Did World War III start in Europe? Are they fighting over in the Middle East? Did China decide to start an invasion on Taiwan? Every day when I get up, I thank God for the day. You never know when it's your last day. When, you know, if you die in your sleep, you won't know it. And you'll have no idea what's going on. You're just asleep. Next thing you know, you're before God on Judgment Day. And you have no concept of how much time has passed. So when you get up, thank God for the day. I'm getting older. Lots of younger people than me not waking up. And say the Lord's Prayer. Drink a cup of coffee, take your medication. If you take medication, make sure you take it. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Lead by example. A good leader has to be a good follower. Show your home training. Take care, Uncle Al. Appreciate you. Well, that's true. That's true. You got a lot of dead people voting. And unfortunately, they're voting the wrong way. All right, so it's been a long day. I've been here for an hour. I appreciate everybody. I'll I'll try to be back tomorrow. Got to do yard tomorrow. Hopefully it's not raining. I got to do the yard. It's a big yard. I'll be off Monday, so I'm off for the next 3 days. Yeah, that's a good one, Greek. That's true. Okay, everybody, thank you for coming in, and I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, for another edition of Coffee Talk. Bye-bye.